Do you ever wonder why we say, she is eating instead of she eat? Or why we say, I went to school yesterday, but not, I go to school yesterday? The answer lies in tenses. Tenses are one of the most important parts of English grammar because they help us express time. Whether we're talking about the past, present, or future, tenses allow us to communicate clearly and accurately. If you want to speak English fluently, understanding tenses is a must. Without tenses, our sentences would lack clarity, and others might not understand whether we are talking about something that already happened, something that is happening now, or something that will happen in the future. Every English sentence has a verb, and the verb changes based on the time of action. There are three main tenses in English: past, present, and future. Each of these tenses is further divided into four forms: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, making a total of 12 tenses. Each of these forms has a specific use, and once you understand them, you'll be able to express yourself more naturally in English. These 12 tenses might seem difficult at first, but once you get familiar with them, you'll realize how they help you speak English more correctly. Mastering tenses will not only improve your grammar, but also boost your confidence when speaking, writing, and understanding English. Let's start with the present tense. The present simple tense is used for facts, routines, and habits. For example, the sun rises in the east, and she plays football every Sunday. We use the present simple tense when talking about things that happen regularly or that are always true. It does not describe actions that are happening at this moment, but rather things that are generally true. This tense is the most basic form of expressing actions and is used very frequently in everyday English. Another common use of the present simple tense is to express scheduled events, such as the train leaves at 6 p.m. or the movie starts at 8 p.m. Even though these sentences talk about the future, we use the present simple because they refer to fixed schedules or timetables. The present continuous tense, on the other hand, is used to talk about actions happening right now. For example, she is reading a book. This tense is formed using the verb to be, am, is, are, followed by the main verb with ing. If someone asks, "What are you doing?" you can answer using the present continuous, "I am watching a movie." We also use the present continuous tense to talk about temporary actions or ongoing situations. For example, "I am staying with my friend for a few days" means that my stay is temporary and will change soon. Additionally, this tense is used to talk about planned future actions, like, "I am meeting my friend tomorrow." The present perfect tense connects the past to the present. For example, "I have finished my homework." This means that the action of finishing happened in the past, but the result is still relevant in the present. We often use this tense when talking about life experiences or things that have happened at some point before now. For example, "I have visited Paris" means that at some time in the past, I went to Paris, but the exact time is not mentioned. This tense is commonly used in conversations when people ask about experiences, such as, "Have you ever been to New York?" or "Have you ever tried sushi?" The present perfect continuous tense is used for actions that started in the past and are still happening. For example, She has been studying for 3 hours. This tense emphasizes the duration of an action that began in the past and is continuing into the present. It helps express how long an action has been happening, usually with time expressions like for and since. For example, I have been working here since 2015, or he has been waiting for 2 hours. Now let's move on to the past tense. The past simple tense is used for completed actions in the past. For example, he visited Paris last year. This means that the action of visiting Paris happened at a specific time in the past and is now over. This is one of the most commonly used tenses in storytelling. If you want to describe what happened in a movie or a book, you will mostly use the past simple tense. For example, he opened the door, walked into the room, and sat down. The past simple tense is also used for historical facts, such as World War II ended in 1945. The past continuous tense is used for actions that were happening at a specific time in the past. For example, I was watching TV when she called. This means that the action of watching TV was in progress when another action, the phone call, happened. This tense is useful when describing background events in a story. For example, the wind was blowing and the children were playing in the park when it suddenly started to rain. The past perfect tense shows that one past action happened before another. For example, she had already left when I arrived. This means that first she left and then I arrived. This tense helps us make the sequence of events clear. Without it, the meaning could be confusing. For example, he had finished his dinner before I arrived makes it clear that the dinner was completed before my arrival. The past perfect continuous tense is used for actions that were happening for a duration before another action in the past. For example, he had been working at the company for 5 years before he got promoted. This emphasizes how long something had been happening before another past event took place. Finally, let's look at the future tense. The future simple tense is used for actions that will happen in the future. For example, I will call you tomorrow. This is the most common way to talk about future plans or intentions. The future continuous tense is used for actions that will be happening at a specific time in the future. For example, this time next week I will be traveling to London. This means that at a particular moment in the future, the action will be in progress. The future perfect tense shows that an action will be completed before a certain point in the future. For example, by next year, I will have finished my degree. This means that before the end of next year, the action of finishing my degree will be completed. The future perfect continuous tense is used for actions that will have been happening for a period of time before a future moment. For example, by the time you arrive, I will have been waiting for 2 hours. This tense focuses on the duration of an action up to a specific point in the future. Understanding tenses is essential for clear communication. Without them, we wouldn't be able to express when things happen. Imagine telling a story without tenses. It would be confusing for the listener to know if events happened yesterday, today, or in the future. Learning and practicing these tenses will help you speak and write English with confidence. The best way to master tenses is to practice them in real-life conversations. Try making sentences using different tenses. Listen to native speakers and pay attention to how they use tenses in everyday speech. You can also read books and watch movies in English to see how tenses are used naturally. Keep practicing, listen carefully, and soon you'll be using English tenses like a pro.